In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to build a chatbot in a few clicks. Zapier released a mind-blowing tool called Interfaces, which is designed to really simplify the creation of chatbots, the creation of simple to use interfaces, a web page, a form, a basic application that does, interesting things that are built right on top of your Zapier application as well. So if you have integrations or workflows that are running on Zapier, it is literally a click away from Interfaces. Interfaces is, I think for me personally, can solve so many problems. But I think the cool thing about it and the angle that I'm looking at it from is how they have infused AI into its capabilities. That is an interesting element to it because, they have made it possible for you to be able to build chatbots in literally just a few clicks. I've not seen any other solution that has been able to build an application that allows you to create a version of ChatGPT very quickly that is tailored towards your own business or your own workflows. And I'll show you just in a bit how I am using it personally, just to explain to you exactly how it works. So basically, I went ahead and built my entire landing page on Interfaces. And the reason I did that was just to take some time to learn how it works, but also it was so easy to build. I think it's the easiest tool I have used in terms of building things together. This took me about 15 minutes to put together, to build a simple functioning informational page where people can just come in there and, and also interface with real workflows. This is not just a front end application. You have to think about the fact that the back end that it possesses is very, very powerful. It also provides you with access to things like providing different links, which is typical of any web interface. It needs to be a way for you to add links, but they've also made it possible for you to add web links, which is what I used here to link out to my YouTube channel. So you can essentially link out to other pages that you might have. And also I'm experimenting with different things, so you can actually come and play around with this. This is using OpenAI GPT-4, so you could come and do different things. So I set up just a simple bot for asking movie trivia type questions. So things like explain the most exciting scene of the Black Mirror series. So let's try that. Let's say we said, do something like that. So it's and you can see that it goes and pulls out some of the information, and you see how quickly it's responding. And it literally took me basically about 7 or 8 clicks to build this entire bot out, and they handle everything. They're handling the UI. I'm not having to do anything at all to be able to have my version of this. I also use it to create a support portal where you could simply chat with a chatbot agent that is powered purely by GPT. So I've not seen any organization that has really infused AI into the building blocks of building applications the way that Zapier has, because you can really test out your MVPs, you can test out your ideas, you can put informational resources together, you can do so many things very, very quickly without writing a single line of code. And that is so powerful, because ultimately the goal is to actually put something out there. The goal is to use AI to solve business problems, to drive your productivity up, to increase efficiency. So the most important things at the end of the day is really being able to utilize the capability. And now it's open to everyone, so you don't need to know how to write hundreds and hundreds of lines of code to be able to do this. And when I think about when I built Prompt Circle at first, it took me so much time to build it out and a lot of effort to just build out the application. But now this can be done just with just a few clicks and drag and drop, and you're ready to go. So this is really impressive. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how I put it together. So we're just going to do a sample which you can use for your own business if you're interested. There's a free version of it, but then if you want to get the full power, it's $20 a month. I would say this though, they're still in beta, so there's so many things that are still coming up. There's so many things that are still building out. I think I trust the team to know that they are going to be releasing some really cool stuff. For instance, with a chatbot, they are now building a capability that connects it to knowledge resources. So if you go into the chatbot area, you would see where they indicate what's also coming. So let's jump in and see exactly how we can use this application to build a very simple web page within a very few clicks. All right, so the first thing you want to do is to go into interfaces.zapier.com, and it brings you to your landing page, and you can decide to create a page. So let's go ahead and create a page. Now, when you want to create a page, you have to give your page a page name. So we're going to call this a landing page. So we're just creating a simple landing page here, and then we go ahead and create that page. So here it tells you, what component do you want to start with. So the key thing about Zapier interfaces is that it's all about components and how you use components. So here you have a form component, you do have a sign up component, a text component. So it just has some text here, and you can play around with these texts. You also have a multimedia component if you want to add images, videos. You have a divider, but this is where it gets interesting. You now have a table as well. So interfaces comes integrated into Zapier tables, which means that you can store some data. You can have a lightweight database which can be searched, filtered. So you can build an app basically within this. You can build things like request driven solutions, like maybe an expense request, or maybe vacation requests, or any of the internal requests that you have within your organization. You can quickly build it out using the table feature and the database that it comes with. It also allows you to showcase your app, your data in a Kanban format, which is really good if you're doing any task-based flows. If you are, for instance, building up a project management tool that is going to allow you track activities based on statuses, it allows you to do things like that. But this is the most interesting element for it is that you can build your own version of ChatGPT simply by using the chatbot. It allows you to connect it to your ChatGPT. Just all you need to do is to bring your API key, connect your ChatGPT to Zapier, and that's it. You provide the instructions, you provide the prompting, and that's all you need to do. And also the AI prompt. This is how you can build what I showed earlier on. You could just basically use that to build just a simple application that does just answers questions about a specific thing that you're interested in. And you also have the link cards, so you can, if you have links you want to put together maybe just a resource page, and you want to highlight different links, so you can use the link card. So this is a really basic interface page. I understand that, so it's not intended to rival Webflow or those types of applications, but what it is it's functional. The biggest power for these for interface is the fact that it's sitting right on top of Zapier. So as I will show you, you would see that a Zapier action is just one click away when you're using this. So let's go ahead and put together our landing page. So let's go back to this landing page just to make sure that we have everything in place. So the first thing we want to think about is the links. How do we put together like these links? That's the first thing we want to do, as well as the logo. So to do that, you need to go into your settings page, and this is where you define some really important things about your application. So what you want the name of the landing page to look like, what your domain is, your home page. You want to kind of capture those things. And then this is where you also kind of define the type of security you want people to have. You can make it open, so if you're building something like a landing page, then anyone with a link would have access. If you also want to set passwords, you can do that, which is really cool. Or you can just decide that you're going to provision specific users with access to your application. So it provides you a decent level of security here and authentication. Then you can define your team. Now, this is where I think that Zapier is separating themselves from most applications I have seen so far, is their ability to infuse AI in the places where it matters. Now, a lot of people, may not be so great with brand color definition, and maybe you spend so much time thinking about this and that it even stalls your project. But here you can decide to just leave it in the hands of the AI and say modern style, with blue. And basically the moment you do that, it will simply generate a theme for you, because it's able to kind of take the information that you have and then generate a theme that works for you using OpenAI. So if you've watched the previous videos I've had, we did a lot of stuff where we were essentially showing you how GPT can connect with other applications, with knowledge bases, with APIs, with databases. We showed different ways that GPT connects with external applications, but these guys are able to kind of infuse it in the places that it matters. And this is why it matters. It gives me some ideas, and you know what, I'm going to just choose royal blue, right? I'm going to choose royal blue and say this is the theme I want. I might not be that great at choosing themes, but it's doing half of the work for me, and that's all I need. So my team is set based on an AI theme generator. That is really powerful. The other one is navigation. So this is where you want to put your navigation on. You can add a logo. So when you add the logo, your logo is going to be on. If you want to keep it on or off, you can toggle between these two. You can display navigation pages. So like we have here, we have our home page right here, right? We have our home page. We have an external page. So you put a link in here, you have an external page. So that's my YouTube channel. And then we have an AI playground. Now, in terms of custom domain, now if you have a registered domain, I have my promptcircle.com. All you really need to do is basically configure a DNS, and simply connect it. Very, very easy. No qualms there. So here I have my custom domain all set up. Now, from a branding perspective, you need to upload your logo. So I have my logo up here. You can decide what height you want the logo to be. Now, what I also like about what they're doing is, to a reasonable extent, they're also saying we need to maintain control of the design so it looks at least decent. So you should also take that into account. They also provide you with a favicon. And also, if you have your Google Analytics tracking, you can always add your tracking ID to use this as well. Let's attempt to build the home page again so you can see exactly what I did here. So the first thing that is here is that we do have a header. So we have a header right here, which is just a text. So all you really need to do is to bring the text in here, and you have your text, and all you just simply need to do is just simply add your text as needed. So now just look down here in the Markdown guide. So Markdown just makes it very easy for you to do things like adding some formatting to your text. So let's say we wanted to say welcome to Prompt Circle, and that was your, if you put it in header, it will be, if you add the hash, it'd be a header. If you remove that, it becomes just a normal text. And you have other instructions here. If you want to make something bold, if you want to add a URL, all of those things are manageable right in here. So we have our welcome to Prompt Circle right there. Now we can also add some additional text in there, right? So we have some text right here. So we have AI news, tutorials, and this. So let's go ahead and do that as well. So we could say something like # AI news, and I'll put a divider, AI news tutorials. We'll put also a divider between them, tutorials and consulting services. So you can have it like that. Now here below here, you can see that you can define the width that you want. So let's say I want my width to be slightly wider. You could do something like this and it makes it wider. If you want it to span the entire page, you can use full. You can also make it much wider as you go along. So you have some control here. I would say obviously not pixel specific control, but control for someone who's not really interested in, or who doesn't have the skill set in terms of doing the pixel control, but the width is fair and easy to understand. It's either narrow, medium, wide. And I think this is maybe something else we need to kind of talk about with regards to Zapier, is that they're really trying as hard as possible to simplify how you can build really cool applications, right from integrating different tools to talk to one another, building workflows using Zapier NLA, and now using an interface that is built on top of all of it to put it all together. And it's a very, very fascinating thing that they're doing here. So again, like I said, you can choose what works for you. So let's leave it at wide. You can also move the alignment, so you can make it oriented towards the left, you can orient towards center or right as you need. And also finally, you can also remove the component if you want to remove the component. So this is the first page, right? So welcome to Prompt Circle AI News. We didn't put some of the emojis, so let's just go ahead and put them because emojis are always good. Emojis are the best. So let's go look for some emojis right here. So we're gonna get the emoji for a newspaper, which is this. Just make sure it looks nice and clean. So AI news. Then we have tutorials. So here, all right, so next up is an image. So in this case, all you really need to do is add a component, and the component you want to add next is just this media. We're looking for an image. You can either upload an image or you can use an image URL. So if you're bringing it from a URL, you can add that. I want to upload my own image, so I'm just going to choose a local file and I want to use this one. So this is an image that I created in Canva, and I'm just going to use it right here. So there we go. So we have the image right there. Now you can change the height as you want. So let's say you wanted 600 or you wanted 400 or 500. I think I might have gone with 500. So let's say you go with 500 and you have a 500 height, and you can simply change the alignment, make it center. So it's currently center. Okay. And we can make it wide, right? We can make it wide so we can center it and then make it as wide as possible. And we leave it in a center alignment so that we can center it nicely. And there we go. We have something of a hero that you can just use to, show maybe some kind of information. All right. So that's something you can do right there. And then we can simply go over to add another component. So what component are we adding next? We're adding a divider. So we want to just add a simple divider. So you go to add component, and the divider is right here. And there we go. We have a divider. You can make the divider either wide or narrow. I choose to make mine narrow just so that it's nice right there. And then we can just add another text. So we have a text right here, and we're just going to add that text into a component. So we go in, we put a text. So add text, and we're going to change it with the text we had. So we have this one, and then we have this, or we have this. I think it was this. Yeah, that was exactly what it was. You could have your, have your text in there. We want to go wide. Actually, let's leave it at medium. No, I think narrow is okay. Actually, I'm going for that narrow look because that's what we did. We went for a narrow look. That's good. And there we go. We have that component in. I can add that divider just to make it look nice. It's not there in my original, but I think having a divider, as many dividers, is good. So everything looks really nice. So there we put our divider, and then next up, what do we have next? We have tutorials. Here I'm bringing in a video. So let's see. Let me copy this link. Let's copy the link address, and then let's simply add another component. So this time around, we're going to add, so we have tutorials, which is a header. So we're going to say tutorial. So that's text. We're just going to say tutorials. And right below it, we're going to add another component. And this time we're adding a video. So go to media, and we're going to select video. And there you can add your YouTube video if you're using a YouTube video. And you can change up so let's say 450, and let's make it medium. Let's center the alignment, and there we go. We have another component right there. This looks good. And then finally, I think mine was a little wider, but I actually like it slightly narrower. Then we want to add another divider. So we add a divider right there. And then again, we want to make our divider as narrow as possible. And then finally, we want to add our link cards. So these link cards just link out to videos, but you can use them in any way you want. So here we're going to add link cards. So we go down all the way to link cards. So here's our link cards. It needs a header. In our case, we said our key tutorial. So let's just copy that. And then for each one, this one has a header of this. So let's go back there. So in each one, you just add a header. And then you add your description right here. So I'm just going to copy this just in the interest of time. Okay. And you want to add where the link goes to. And you can add a name for the link. So in our case is watch video. We may have added an emoji right here to make it even look cooler. Let's add an emoji. This emoji is going to be a play emoji, so it'll make it look even nicer. And then you need an emoji just to represent the app itself, which is cool. And you can decide how you want it to act, like if you want the link to open a new tab, and done. And you can do the same thing for 3 more. We're going to do the same thing for 3 more. I'm just going to speed through this part because it's just basically me doing the same thing over and over again. All right, and then finally, we added a subscribe to our newsletter. So subscribe to our newsletter is this, and you just basically add a form, right? So we're adding a form here. And now in this form, you're going to have to add a table for your form. So if you don't have a table, you want to create a table for your form. So let's say subscribers, you want to create a table for subscribers, right? So here you can choose the table. So the connected table was created automatically. It was called landing page. but you can actually go into the table itself to make some changes. So in the table, you want to store something. So let's say we want to store, we're looking to store some kind of information here. So you can add new fields and create. So we now have a name field right there. So when the person signs up, they have the email and the name. And the field, in this case, we're going to add name as well. So we can have 2. And you can also create a new field if you want. If you wanted to add more, you can create a new field. So you can also make it required or hidden. You can add placeholder text. So like, let's say you want to just give them John Doe. You can do that as well. And then you can insert fields. So we can see our field here, name has been added. And now the question is, what happens when someone fills this form? So right now, basically it shows a notification that says form submitted, but you can change that. You can say something like subscribed successfully, something of that nature, right? You could just simply do that. And here we can also add like a title on top if we wanted. And by the way, you can do that. So let's try it actually to see. Let's say I want to move this right above. Okay, it works today. I had some trouble with it a while back, but it works very well today. So sign up for a demo. So here we're just going to call it newsletter, right? We're just going to write news, sign up for newsletter. Now, when anybody signs up to this, because it's hooked to your database, your table, whenever someone fills this form, it goes straight into your table, right? It goes straight into your table. So if we want to test that out, so we have the page all built out, looks really nice. If you want to preview it, you just click on this link and it's ready to go. It's published. It's all published and ready to go. So you look at it and you can see the entire page has been published, exactly what we did, the same color team that we chose and things of that nature. So, and you can see if I want to fill out this form, so let's say prompt guy at promptcircle.com, and we're gonna say prompt guy. All right, so when you submit this, you see it says form has been submitted. But now when we go into our table as well, you can see immediately prompt guy has been added to the table as well. So you can see it's a fully functioning app, and it took us a very short time to build that entire landing page out. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to build the chatbot side of this. We're going to look at how to build a chatbot, how to use the AI driven tools, but this was really very simple and fast, building a landing page that can serve you in different ways. I hope you loved it. I hope you're going to enjoy building this on your own. But yeah, it was exciting for me, really simple, really easy to do. I'll show you how I built the other pages in my next video. Thank you. If you love videos like this, if you want to learn more about how to build AI applications that really solve problems for you, that solve business problems, please subscribe to the channel. We talk about things of that nature, and my goal is really to bring the most accessible approach to building AI applications and make that, learn and, spread that word around as well, and also see how everyone is building their own applications to see what's working and what's not. So if you want to join our community, join the Discord group. I've also added the link in the description of this video. And until next time, have a great one. Cheers.